Hi, my witches. Welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad to see you here, Samantha and Joe and Ellen Marie and Beck. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for being here. How's the sound? Drums versus voice. I don't have a lot of projection energy tonight. So, I am here. Oh, gosh, that looks. Anyway, I am here. Stand up and cheer. I will warn you that I was on a video call with my sister through Messenger today, and it kept telling me that I was disconnected from the internet, and then it would say your internet connection was, restored, and we never dropped anything in the call. So I will be on alert to see what's going on. Hi, Stephanie. Oh my goodness. So, just so you know, um, I am not all better. Natalie, welcome, sweetie. I'm so glad you're here. Um, I am not all better. I am, the fatigue and pain have been absolutely gobsmacking and relentless lately, but I've done almost everything I can do for the pain, and there's not much I can do for the fatigue, so they would be there either way, so I might as well be here with you, right? Although once I'm done here, you better believe I'm going to be in an Epsom salts bath because whoo-wee. Anyhow, and I'm wondering how you guys are feeling because I get the sense too, from people around me and stuff that it's just not just me. That there's you know, the heaviness of time and just I don't know, there's weird energetic things going on, weird magnetic things going on. I can tell you that much. I've had some very strange and interesting things happening lately. Hi, Marcy. It's so good to see you. Grab that blanket and pillow. Heck yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, absolutely. And physically, I when I stand up and walk someplace, I feel like my legs are going to buckle underneath me. That's how just weak I have been feeling. So, this is going to kick my ass tonight, but my ass is already kicked. So I might as well have fun. But just so you know, fair warning in case the mask slips a few times. That yeah, I'm like, um, black, black, and black. Uh huh. Yeah, it's something else. It really is something else. So let's see how we get on tonight. And I do want to say, even though I say I don't do political readings and stuff anymore, but State of the Union last night, Mr. Biden. Yes, you're elderly, and I wish you weren't running again, but you know, don't fuck with Joe. Do not fuck with Joe. I don't know if you guys saw the clip where um, he calls out, some Republicans for wanting to get rid of Medicare and Social Security. So they start screaming back at him, liar, liar, it's not true. And he, said it a few different ways, and they just kept getting louder and louder. No, 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 that's not true. That's not true. So then the next breath he says, and since we've all agreed here tonight, we are not going to cut Social Security and Medicare, right? And it was like just watching fucking political jujitsu, And not just that, but he rubbed it in at least 3 times more. I just kept saying, since we've all agreed, everybody saw that, right? We all agreed. So it was just like, whoo-wee, buddy. Joe Biden is a 12th house Scorpio, and that sun is bracketed by Mercury and Venus in Scorpio. And he has Mars in Scorpio as well, but it's in the 11th house. I mean, it's just into the 11th house, just moved out of the 12th. But all of that Scorpio and all that 12th house thing with Sag rising, he's happy-go-lucky Joe, He's happy Uncle Father, He's just very fun and, very slap-happy, blunt, all that kind of stuff. And you will never see that Scorpio coming because it's in his 12th house, but do not fuck with him. Do not. So anyway, I'm going to give props where they're due. Oh, hi, Laura. Let me see. I said hi to Marcy, right? Okay. Laura, so glad to see you. Glitches lately. Yes, Samantha, absolutely yes. Marcy says tired all the time in summer. Yeah, I see. This is where I think I've been seeing things about the core, the spinning core at the center of the earth, like slowing down, even stopping. And it's just, yeah, I don't have a good explanation for it. Can't sleep well. Oh, everyone's without energy. Becca, yeah, Beck, sorry. Chronic pain thing, yeah. Oh, honey. Yeah, it's not just you. I mean, right now my arms are aching like I have 103-degree fever. So, and yes, Laura celebrates Joe's victory last night. What is going on? Everyone's tired. Okay, so it makes me feel that much better because it's just like, what in the hell is going on with me? They'll never get away with it, Laura. There are too many retired people in this country that rely on it. They will never get away with it. It'll never happen. Okay. Not sleeping enough, yeah. Well, I agree, Joe, and I wasn't going to watch it, but it was towards the end, and I just, clicked in for the end, and it was good, and then I saw that clip on YouTube, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I don't have that energy to invest either. Running at the same speed. Okay, that makes sense, Marcy. Sherry, welcome, sweetie. How are you doing? Oh, we're all just going to be heavy and fatigued, and I feel like my brain is dense, just really dense. What's up, boys? And okay, so if you've watched, hi Catherine, welcome. If you've ever seen any of my, I think it was called Story Time or something like that, and I only did it 1 or 2 videos in it. I should pick up and do some more stories, but you get stories in every one of my videos, But one of the things that has happened to me my whole life, which, got validated in my late 20s as to what it was having my name called, and which would pull me out of a dream, out of sleep, out of a dream, heard with my physical ears, not my, dream ears. And that hasn't happened in many, 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 many years. And I mean, it was my name when I was still sort of not awake yet. But 2 mornings ago, Monday morning, and this was just the biggest what the fuck. I'm in a vivid dream, absolutely vivid, that, interacting, talking to people, there's sound in the dream, and suddenly my eyes flew open because this far from my right ear, a young man's voice said, "Rosalind?" And I went, and it, shook me out of that dream. Now, I have no idea who Rosalind is. I have no idea who that young man is. I got the sense that he was confused, that he was out on the astral and confused. And so I called my guides and said, "Hey, one got through. Can you please, show this guy where he needs to go?" And I haven't heard anything since, but, the voice certainly had that feeling of, confusion and looking for someone. So that was just really like weird. And of course, I'll never know what it is because how am I going to find out, Okay, let's see here. Slept on and off. Yeah. Yep, Sherry, it's just the hand of Morpheus. All righty, so let's kind of get going here. And while we're waiting, while I'm getting it together here, slap the like button for me, please and thank you. I have new decks, and as far as, the unboxing and test drive videos go, my patrons will get, if I remember to upload it when I'm done here, will get the unboxing for the deck that you guys chose tonight. But I've got some other ones that, came in a little crop at the beginning of February, and ooh, I can't wait. There's really good ones. So let's look at what we have tonight. And then we will do a grounding. I'm going to sigh a lot. I'll be sighing a lot because I said to my husband the other day, I'm at that kind of fatigue where I feel like I'm too tired to breathe, you know? So you don't get good deep breaths and then you get even more tired. So, okay, Samantha, sometimes spirits, especially when they're newly passed over, whenever they encounter an energy. Yes, absolutely. That's what I thought. I had a window open. They were searching and just looking, you know, where am I? What's going on? And my window happened to be open. Yeah, exactly. I handed them to my guides and said, you know, thanks for everything you do, but you let one get through. And you know, there was no emotion with it at all. It was startling because it woke me up, but there was no, I didn't feel, you know, any harm intended or anything like that. So I hope whoever it was that you are on your way, and maybe Rosalind is there to meet you, or anyway. The decks we have tonight. Pagan Ways Tarot. That was a gift from my friend Denise. And then we have the Wild Woman Oracle. I'm trying to think, was that a gift deck? No, I don't think so. Okay. Then, for one of the older decks, we have the box isn't that informative, but the Medieval Scapini from U.S. Games. This, the Wild Woman, is from Rockpool. And then also from Rockpool, we have the Naughty Oracle. And then this is brand new. This is the Ethereal Visions Tarot, the Luna edition, but I have to be careful with it because if you've watched the unboxing, you heard me bitching about how sharp-edged these cards are, and somebody actually commented and said, be careful with that deck. I had it and sliced my hand open on it, so, but it's pretty, so. We have that, and then we have the Liminal Spirits Oracle. One of the new decks that's coming is another deck by, what's her name? Laura Tempest Zakroff. It's called The Anatomy of the Witch, and or Anatomy of a Witch. And I'm really looking forward to pairing those decks and seeing what happens. All right. Let's start with a grounding. Get down in your body. It's so funny because no matter how fatigued and heavy we're feeling, it doesn't mean we're grounded. We can still be very disconnected from the body that we're dragging around with us, right? And when you're in pain, it's natural to dissociate, to disconnect yourself from the thing that is in pain. So it's very important that we come down into the physical body and really feel whatever it's feeling. And while you're feeling what it's feeling, breathe. First of all, exhale all the way out. Relax with it. And a nice slow, deep in-breath through the nose. And then just really let it rush out of the mouth. Do another one of those. Ooh, I just got a neck adjustment. And now, deep inhalation through the nose. Now exhale through the nose. And it's actually through exhaling through the nose that regulates how fast the air is released so that you absorb the oxygen you're supposed to get from it. If you take a big deep breath and then go, that's all out of your lungs now. But if you breathe it out through your nose, your lungs are holding it for a longer time. So there's more time for oxygen to cross over. So hi, Tavia. You know, I'm thinking about it. Tavia, with that deck, I've certainly thought about, you know, just running it back and forth across a piece of rough fabric or something. I don't know that I'd go as far as an emery board, but yes, something to knock the edges down. Oh, back, says Laura. Tempest Zagroff just came up to the Buckland Museum. Cool. Yeah, that's why Liminal Spirits is here tonight, because I'd kind of forgotten about it, but working with it again. Oh, okay. And while you're sitting there being in your body, you might want to run that cord down into the earth. Let go of all the stress and tension that comes with the fatigue. You would think being fatigued that you'd be really relaxed, but it's not true. We tend to be very tense when we're fatigued because we're holding ourselves up, and kind of steeling ourselves against the fatigue. So I invite you to give into it right now. Just give in to whatever, be in the body, whatever pain, whatever heaviness is there, just be with it. Send that cord down and send any excess, any that isn't just organically part of this physical body, down the drain. And then as you release that, I offer this cleansing smoke to you and say, may you be, by air and fire, may you be purified and charged. So then let the earth energy start coming up. Ooh, and you guys know how to do it. Let it come up the cord, let it spill down your legs, let it move up into your body. The less I talk on the front end, the more I'll have to do readings, because I don't know how far I'm going to get, and talking takes energy. So, all right, as you breathe in, just kind of keep pulling in that earth energy. And as you do so, by water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole. Okay, now we're going to do the thing where we release the breath out, and then the next 3 breaths we will pull up that earth energy to make it bright on the inhale, and on the first 2 exhales you release only the breath, keep the energy. On the 3rd one it'll go out through the crown, and we'll do a bell for each exhale. So let's start with an exhale. And inhale. Hold the energy. Release the breath. Second inhale. Release the breath. Third inhale. Release it through the crown. And let that form the egg around you. Back down into the earth, hugging the cord. It's still going. I don't want to move it until it's done vibrating. All right. Okay, I'm catching up with messages. You know what, Samantha? I was thinking the same thing. Who was I talking to about it? I can't remember. But I was thinking that very thing. Is this me? Is this, they really did find, Rosalind. So, I mean, it's a name that's never really resonated with me, but it certainly bears investigation. So I will be doing that. And it was just Roslyn, Roslyn, not Rosalind. And it's funny because I thought about that when I woke up. Rosalind, no, Roslyn. So I know, and I also know that's a Scottish thing. Okay, interesting. that deck in a baggie with some sea salt. Ooh. Smooth out the edges and other things too. I think that might scratch the holograph stuff. Okay. Yeah, buy a Tibetan bowl, I'm telling you. Well, like I said, this one was a gift from my daughter, or I wouldn't have it because they are expensive. And I love it so much. Ooh hoo hoo. Okay, well, we're gonna explore that, Samantha, for sure. For sure. All right. Let's pull out the Astro Dice. Ooh, nice. That's a good size. I am so glad you have one. Okay, you 14 watching, hit that like button for me, please, and thank you. Doesn't cost you nothing. All right. What do we need to know about tonight? Oh, did you see how close to the edge that got? It almost went a-flying. Well, Uranus. No big surprise there. You know, that T-square in the full moon chart is kind of, you know, that full moon chart just sort of holds sway until the next phase, until the new. So that T-square of Uranus, apex, sun, moon, and it's fixed. Woohoo. This is Uranus in Gemini, and if I recall, is Uranus exalted in Gemini? Hold on. This is something that was on my mind in the shower the other day because I found that I was not remembering the planetary powers and I wanted to look them up. So let's get there. That Uranus is exalted in Scorpio. Okay. Well, that would bring together this crystalline, higher octave intelligence, intuitive intelligence, with that, hopefully in Scorpio, higher octave emotional power, you know, the magical power. So Mercury or Uranus in Gemini, you know, the sense I'm getting here is bringing in that strong intuition, that brilliant mind that takes leaps without knowing every step along the way, but bringing it into kind of the everyday logistics, really bringing that intuition and flashing of insight into your everyday intelligence and beginning to rely on it. And then we have the 9th house here, so we're also looking at philosophies and spirituality, where we bring our unusual ideas and, you know, we let this awakening shake up our philosophies and shake up our belief systems. And we can be willing to update those belief systems and, you know, normalize this. Gemini here is about basic skills, you know, the fundamental skills of thinking and, you know, the human mind. But then the opposite, that's 3rd house, opposite is the 9th house. That's where we take it into understanding, not just knowledge, not just basic skills, but understanding and using it in a more spiritual way rather than a mundane way. So Uranus is that awakening, and boy, we're in it. We're still in it. And, you know, we're coming up to March 23rd is when Pluto takes his first little step into, you know, Aquarius. So, you know, so it's Uranus that's shaking us up, and it's shaking our brains up, and it's shaking things up that, you know, I think our minds are so active right now, and it's kind of exhausting to the body as well. I'm going to move you guys over here. Going beyond understanding into grokking. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Who's oh, goodness gracious. Guides and guardians, allies and ancestors. Oh my goddess, thank you for being here. Thank you for your support every day. Thank you for hanging in there with me. And I offer you fresh water. Offer you the fire of Azrael. Okay, now let's find out which deck comes first with a tiny, tiny die. Number 4. Oh, goody. We're kicking off with the Naughty Oracle. That makes me happy. All right. Oh, Pluto absolutely routes out the crap. Pluto in Aquarius debunks those QAnon type. That's very interesting. I think that's, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Show me what I need to know. That's right. What do we need to know? If you've noticed on my unboxings, I've kind of gone away from how do we go, from surviving into thriving to just what do we need to know right now? What the hell do we need to know? It's another one of those stiff decks. A lot of stiff decks lately. Some people might think that's not so much of a bad thing, but yes, it is. Okay. What do we need to know? What do you have to tell us tonight? Where we're at, how we're feeling. One more and then I will take them off the top. Okay, no yumpers. So we have Exhausted Eagle. Seek support. Well, that's why I'm here tonight, because I seek the support of you guys. And yes, Joe, we love our microdot. So it is time, for like this to go to your sources of recharging. And even though, as I'm sitting here and I'm engaging, I feel the pain levels dropping, but they're just going into the background and they'll be there for me when I'm done. But still, just to be engaged is such a really, really good thing. But on a personal level, too, this is a call to us to just look for support where we need it. And tonight, so far, has shown us that everybody's feeling this. So if you, stop trying to be heroic or be, suffering in silence or whatever, and you share it with other people, maybe in your support system, you might find out that they're going, oh my God, me too. And then you can help each other. But there's some relaxation, there's some relief that comes with just reaching out for help. And then the second one is love and light, motherfuckers. And it says just this, just this. So lighten yourself up as much as you can. Love yourself as much as you can. Try to take pleasure in every day as much as you can. Like I said, I'm still going to be tired, so I might as well enjoy what I'm doing while I'm tired. Gatorade. Okay. And then we have Arsehole Ancestor, time for ancestral clearing. So, and this is, yes, ancestral baggage as a culture, as a society. We've inherited so much baggage. And, the Uranians are here. We're watching generation by generation that we are evolving, and we're doing it rapidly. When we talk about all the neurodiversity now, the prevalence of it, it's just that it's the evolution is kind of taking hold. And, I saw a thing the other day about a 9-year-old boy graduating from high school, and you've got teenagers that are solving these massive problems and in just elegant, simple ways, because they're not dragging that baggage behind them of how things are supposed to be done and what's possible and what's not possible. We get trained into, we're not going to be able to do that. Oh, that's not possible. You're thinking too big. But when you go into the realm of Uranus, anything is possible. Flashes of brilliance and insight. It's the lightning struck tower. The old structures that are outworn are gone. and then the light comes through and the awakening happens. But there's this arsehole ancestor here, and we need to look personally and culturally at what we are working with here. And we know what we're working with. In the US, we're working with greed, we're working with the 2%, you know, and that kind of the trickle down governing, that, you know, economy that we know doesn't work. So we are on the brink of moving into something very new, if no, so mote it be. No ifs, so mote it be. Okay, let's see. I mostly love and peace of mind with just the right amount of fuck up. Uh-huh. That's right. We have to, well, I think it's always a good thing to dump the old and ineffective. Even the new and ineffective. Anything that's ineffective, off you go. Off you go. Why, you know, does this spark joy? Although I've heard that Marie Kondo has gone off the neatness wagon because she has 3 kids now. So I'm very glad that she admitted that, because, yeah. Let's see. The dumpinate, all that fun. Well, yeah, is it ever? I mean, there's always pain when we let go of things, and the longer we've been hanging on to them, the more deeply rooted they are, and the more painful they're going to be to let go. You know, if it's not some kind of pain to let it go, was it really having that much effect on us to begin with? You know, I'm not sure if that made sense, but I'll let you process it. So here we go. There, I think we're going to fold those up. Thank you very much, Naughty Oracle. I love a good deck. All right, now, who's up next? Oh, come back. Number 6. Liminal Spirits. I was going to edge these, but they have so many different colors on them, and I was going to edge them in, you know, all these kind of different colors, sort of matching them on the fronts, and then I just got bogged down. So yep, that's the oh yes, Samantha, absolutely, you're right, yeah, the cultural stuff really is hard because it's ingrained. It is codified into our systems. It's, you know, built into the bricks. It really is. And you know, the roots go deep through our educational system and all kinds of stuff. I was watching something about Nikola Tesla a couple weeks ago, and oh my God, you know, where would we be if he didn't get shut down by the people whose money he threatened? Okay, oop, they don't want to be shuffled anymore. I'm going to shuffle them a couple times this way. All right, 3, please. 3, please, and thank you. They keep trying to jump. 3, please. 2, 1 more, and then I will take off the top. Thank you. All right. We have fiber. Okay, so this is the structure of things, but it's kind of the soft structure, and it's the really, really, really fundamental structure. You know, it's the individual strands that make up the cloth. So, Corvid, and then we have environment. Okay. So fiber, I'm thinking threads, and there are threads of magic moving through everything. Corvid talks about that natural intelligence, and the, you know, ravens are the traditional carriers of magic. They are one of the animals that can cross the boundary and, you know, bring back the magic. And fiber, okay, so I'm looking at weaving here, the way the image is. Strands, webs. But, you know, what have we done? All these individual fibers are woven together into a particular kind of cloth. I'm just going stream of consciousness here, you guys, so hang with me. But look how the Corvid is really looking us in the eyeball. He's the messenger here for sure. Are you doing your magic? Have you really done everything that is available to you to do? Is what he's saying to me. So, okay. And the environment. I'm going to go to the book, you guys. My brain is very not tracky tonight. All right, hold on. Let me see your. I see comments. Yes. Yeah, the whole Tesla thing. Fiber and dumping. That's excellent, Samantha. So let's go with that. Okay, literally. Ingesting fiber, what does it do? It bulks things up so the releasing is smooth and fluffy and easy. Okay, I gotcha, Samantha. You are right on the money there. That is fucking hilarious. So fiber is saying that we've got to. What's the? Okay, wait. I can't find the card. This is why I'm here. That's hilarious. Um, trees, yeah, wings, fauna, artifacts. There it is. Okay. With the harnessing of fiber, we brought forth cloth, again changing how we evolved as a civilization. The fiber we make our threads from can be plant or animal. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Led the way to creation of many arts, including weaving. Takes great skill to produce the threads. Recognize the threads that connect you to people around you. Together you create a pattern. That is evidence of a sacred bond. The name of the game here is patience and fortitude. If you rush or make haste, you'll be greatly disappointed by the outcome. And I know, I think one of the... We tend to think of fate as something we're subject to, but we have a say over how we weave our patterns. So take control of your own thread. And, you know, there's something to be said here that in order for a cloth to be usable cloth, things have to be aligned. You know, threads have to be aligned this way and this way. And so all the individual threads kind of have to fall into line. But there's still individual threads, and they were talking about spinning. So, you know, it really is about creating something at the fundamental level, something practical that will grow into something bigger. The Corvid is just all about magic and environment, doing our part there, certainly. God, you guys will see how long I go here because my brain is just bunged up. My brain needs some fiber. Okay. Oh, this is funny. There's a saying that no good deed goes unpunished. Who just said that? Didn't you just say that, Samantha? But true innate kindness brings blessings. A surprise gift is heading your way. Crow family. Important time to shift your efforts, focus on family-oriented things. I'm also thinking with Corvids about, you know, talking about crossing the boundary, that people are now befriending crows and they're bringing gifts. They're leaving each other gifts. So it also can talk about moving beyond that basic human-to-human connection and connecting more broadly into nature, and that's where the environment comes in. Because when we're connected to the environment, we can use our magic to direct things and, you know, maybe weave something a little stronger, a little sturdier, a little more inclusive, or absolutely inclusive. A friend of mine was saying that, you know, inclusivity is just kind of still creating a separation, but the way I look at it is the term inclusivity and inclusiveness is a marker that we are understanding that we've been in exclusion and that there is still exclusion. So I'm looking forward to the day that inclusiveness becomes so normalized that we don't even have to talk about it because we're not thinking about exclusiveness. Anyhow, I'm not sure how clear of a message that was, but I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on because my poor little brain. Alrighty. Okay, let's see. Yes, Tesla. Everything has a vibration. Seek a different frequency, that's right. And do those Kelly Howell meditations, because those will change your brain frequency. If you don't like the way your tapestry is appearing, change the materials, that's right. And she's caught. Oh, back and forth with the crows a couple of times. Well, yeah, you are. Yeah, seems like. Okay, who's up next? Number 1. All right. This is the Pagan Ways Tarot. There are ravens? That's pretty awesome, Joe. I don't know if we have ravens this far south. Aren't they farther north? Then again, I know we've had snowy owls up at Lake Erie. Okay. This deck has a particular smell to it. I think it's the coating. I think it's the plastic coating. It's not unpleasant. It's almost like a new baby doll. It has tarot deck smell. Okay. I think it reminds me of the Voyager, actually. Palm Springs, California. Wow. Well, you guys have whole different stuff on that left coast than we do over here. Okay. All right. They're telling me to cut. They're telling me one more of these, and then I don't have to. All right. The Universe. 4 of Wands and 4 of Cups. How interesting. So the Universe is the one that came out and was face down. And that is, takes place of the World card here. And then we have 4 of Wands and 4 of Cups are harmony and discontent. Okay. So the Universe talks about, and what's it telling me about here? It's talking about the big picture. The biggest picture. Everything everywhere all at once. Has anybody seen that? I really want to see it. I've heard it's very, very good. And we've got harmony and discontent. So are those like fucking Star Wars guys in the background? Really? Come on. They're not. They look like Bromley dancers. I think that's what they're called. But they look like troopers, whatever they're called. Anyway, harmony. Are harmony and discontent mutually exclusive? I think discontent is when you're working against harmony, the way things want to be. So harmony, it kind of implies things settling sort of into a natural relationship with each other, into a flow with each other, and discontent can really disrupt that harmony. So I think for the big picture, if we want to see some things transform, if we want to see things come to fruition, we really need to deal with our inherent discontent. Discontent and discomfort. Okay? So these are big major causes of suffering. When you focus on the things that you are not content with, that you're discontent with. So a message here would be to really address those things. What am I discontent with? Why am I putting up with them the way they are? Why am I not changing these things? So looking at what you have power over and what you can change, and in order to bring it back into harmony. Discontent can also come from things are going their natural way in harmony, but it's not the way I want it to go. Let's see what we got there. Nostalgia. And the Tower. Well, there's the Uranian card. So our discontent can be rooted in it's not the way it used to be. Yeah, but it's not going to ever be the way it used to be. No, it's not, and hallelujah. So this is where we have to be willing, in order to let that fiber process old stuff through, we have to be willing to see things change. I cannot tell you how many times somebody sat across from me for a reading and basically their deal was, I want my life to be completely different. I just don't want to change anything. Tell me how to do this. Tell me how to have everything the way it is now so I don't have to change anything. I don't have to do any work, but my life will be completely different. It's like, that doesn't actually work. If you want your life to be different, something has to change. So, nostalgia for the way things used to be. That's okay, because we can look at, okay, what are the good things from the way things used to be, the things that I'm nostalgic for? How do those threads still run through my life? How have those things matured and moved up a level maybe? Or just changed in some way? And then we have the Tower card coming off of discontent here. So we're discontent because some of the things we're comfortable with are cracking and breaking. And they're going away, but that's what they need to do. And then we have the King of Swords here, air. Gemini. So, really looking at things in a discriminating fashion, being ready to use the brilliance of the mind there. That's Uranus, ruling another air sign. So King of Swords energy is what's being called upon in order to bring things to fruition. We also have to recognize that some things are just naturally decaying, getting ready to fall apart. The sooner we come to terms with that and stop wallowing in, yeah, but the yeah buts, I miss it, yeah, but whatever you miss, the faster we can get through it and start creating the new. But I've said this before, if you're freaked out about what's going to happen on the other side of things going away, things that are familiar going away, start building the new now. Start thinking about what you would like to replace it and start building it now. Okay? All right, I see messages going. The Four of Wands. Okay, yes. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. This is Pagan Ways Tarot. Right. Come on, pop in. Here we go. It is a photographic deck. This is the second deck from this author. She also did Sacred Circle Tarot. Okay. So there's that one. It's fun to have both because some people that were in the first one are in the second one as well, and you can see how long it's been. You can see how they've aged. Okay. Yes, Catherine, Pagan Ways Tarot by Anna Franklin. The other one is Sacred Circle. I'm not sure if that's still in print. Okay. Suggest the change. Ask Santa God. Yeah, no kidding. Well, but no, you make your own magic. You make your own magic. When you ask God to take care of things, you're taking a passive. You're going through your life from the back seat of the car. So, not Jesus take the wheel. You take the wheel. All right. I know. Oh, I know, Samantha. It's gorgeous. Okay. So. I so appreciate you guys because I know that I can be here and not, having to deliver these incredible things. I can be here with what I have, where I'm at, and you're good with it. And I really appreciate it. Okay, who's up next? Whoops. Number 4. We already did number 4. Number 1. We already did number 1. Number 5. Okay. That is the Ginsu deck. This deck is really difficult to shuffle. but I'm just going to do it this way. I am going to give it a couple of riffles. All right. I almost did a big old burp right in your ear. That tells me how long it's been since I've done a live. I'm reverting to just my old private self here. I guess they can loosen up a little bit. Yep, they're definitely. All right. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh, Luna. Oh, my edition. They obviously wanted me to cut. Two want to come. We're going to turn that one over and see what happens here. Well, would you look at that? Today has been a day of majors. The unboxing that I shot when I did reading with it, it was all 3 majors as well. So, yoo-hoo, see what we got. We got the Chariot. Time to get a move on. Things are in motion. Things are not static. Where is your seat on this Chariot? Do you have hold of the reins? Are you the one dragging the thing? Or, you know, are you in the Chariot knowing that you're not in control of the way it goes and you trust those beautiful, beautiful sphinxes and their wisdom to take you where you need to go? But knowing you can grab those reins anytime. This deck is so beautiful. Then we have the Empress. Really important that we take care of physical right now. As I was talking about, you know, when the physical energies are so heavy, the mental energies and all that stuff, everything kind of drags along with it. So the Empress is here to remind us to nurture ourselves, to feed ourselves, to acknowledge that we have enough when we do in fact have enough. Invites us into the abundance mindset. And the High Priestess talks about, okay, we're all so very sensitive right now. Use it. Use it. Have talks with your guides. Play with your cards. Do things that take advantage of that strong connection to the subconscious right now. And then we have 9 of Pentacles here. Look at right below the Empress, talking about that being in your special place, being able to do the wonderful things you do in your special place, to have, I'm hearing simple pleasures, but I think it's more like basic pleasures, that we can take pleasure, you know, the things that we have to do to nurture ourselves. Sometimes we look at self-care as a job. And, you know, I don't have time for self-care and what a grind. And, you know, I can't go to work out and all this stuff. It's just too much work. But self-care is love. And so we need to look at self-care as self-loving, how we love ourselves. And focus on that, on the good, you know, all of the good positive parts. And we are allowed to take pleasure in the very basics of self-care. So when we're doing self-care, it's not just I got to go to the gym and shove myself through it. No, I'm giving myself good things to eat. And while I'm eating, I'm exercising on another level, the awareness of the deliciousness of the food and the nutrients that are in it. And, you know, working on multiple levels at once. So part of that self-love is in having the space that you need to be by yourself, to connect with the High Priestess. And with these together, boy, am I getting astral travel there, you know, being able to travel in the subtle realms. But that depends on being very, very grounded in the body, you know, grounded and protected, strongly connected, and then you can branch out into the subtle realms and you can fly. And at the bottom there, it just says, we must have this place. We must take this for ourselves. Nobody's going to give it to us. Nobody's going to hand it to you. You have to claim it for yourself. That is the truth. All right. Well, I've got through half of the decks. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yes. And now I must take a small break. So talk amongst yourselves. I will be back in just a moment. Oh, was it not on? Wait a minute. You hear me now? Shit. All right. I guess I'll go back. I clicked it and apparently it didn't go. So let me know you hear me. Let me know you hear me. Cannot hear me talking. All right. Well, I was saying that Tavia, yes, I absolutely agree. And Farida, yes, Samantha already answered that for you. So I bid you welcome and just claim whatever message works for you. And let's see. And I absolutely agree, Tavia, but lead with the intuition, lead with the Empress. This being the earth, this being watery and lunar. And Samantha saying, regardless of gender or body or gender of those we love, we need to tap into what. So, what I was talking about that you couldn't hear was getting away from the masculine feminine kind of thing, and that the gendered language, because I absolutely agree with you, Samantha. So if we can acknowledge, aside from the gender, that the one side is the creative You know, we generate things and they go out. And then there's the receptive, there's the experiential where we observe things, we watch, we take in life, and we process. So, yes, the creative and the receptive is a good word. But receptive, you know, sometimes you think, okay, what does that mean? Experiential, feeling life, seeing it, the senses. Think about that as the senses. So there's the physical there. And then we have the sixth sense in the high priestess. Okay. What is my central crystal? Yes, it looks like the Eye of Sauron. In fact, I was thinking about, you know, turning this to the side and what it would look like. Let's find out. Let's find out. Let's play. So if I do that, ooh, ooh, I like that even better. Here we go. This crystal is lepidolite, which is good for psychic stuff. And there's a little goddess there. And then I also have a dragon eye there that I'm going to be doing some bead work on pretty soon. So anyhow, yes, I agree with everybody's comments. And yes, I love this version. I like the, you know, that it has diversity in it, and I do love the palette much better. I know, I love sparkly things too. Okay. Okay, Laura. Wow, there's lots of messages here that suddenly showed up. Her brain is taken off somewhere. Luna told us what it was. Can't access that bit of memory. This is the Ethereal Visions Tarot Luna version. Joe. Oh, yes. Oh, that's the crystal. You can tell I'm not tracking either, honey, so don't worry about it. Can't hear me talking. Okay, the volume's on. Here you're talking now. Okay, yeah, a lot went by while you couldn't hear me. Okay, sorry guys. I clicked it because I knew I had it clicked off. I clicked it and it just didn't go. Well, that's because this is the Luna edition. The other edition has like green and sort of a purpley. So this deck has, well, the unboxing is up. There's racial diversity in this deck, and there's actually a woman of size in this deck. Only one, which is kind of sad, but there is one. So, and it has this, it doesn't have the gold foiling. It's got this iridescent kind of holographic foiling, and some of the images are very different. So yeah, check it out. Okay, let's see. Yep, this is a different, a lot of the images are just the same, except slightly different coloring and the different foiling. Okay, yeah, sea glass right on. Rosalind was a woman who disguised herself as a boy and moved energy into... Oh, Tavia, that's really interesting. Whose mythology? Is it Scottish? Gather, receive, send out, rinse and repeat. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it really is. Tavia, that is very, very interesting. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's just keep going here. Let's see how much longer I last. I feel my eyelids starting to droop. All right, who do we have left? We have number 2, and we have number 6. So show me 2 or 6, please. 2 or 6? 2. Aren't they cooperative? Here's the Wild Woman. I'm trying to remember if I edged... Yes, it looks like I edged this deck. Stiff card stock. I think it's going to be my job while I'm alive to break all these decks in. So the next person... So my children will not have these problems. Okay. What do we need to know right now? What do you have to tell us, Wild Woman? three off the top. Witching Hour Tea, Introspection. Rise of the Inner Warrior, Solidarity. And Matoaka's Truth, Reconciliation. Okay, very interesting. So introspection, of course, has us going and tapping into the issues that the world is dealing with. We have to find those issues in ourselves, because we can't heal the world, and it's not ours to do that big of a thing. The world consists of individuals that aren't really individual. We're all part of the one big consciousness, but we are manifesting as individual identities that seem permanent. And so this is what we have to work with. And if we want to work on the big global problems, we have to find those problems in ourselves, whatever version is in ourselves. That was that arsehole ancestor thing. What part of that am I carrying forward from my upbringing, my trauma? And then Rise of the Inner Warrior says when we find it in ourselves, then I think the first thing that probably happens is our very vigorous judging might come down a bit, because it's like, oh shit, I have this too, right? And when your judgment drops, your compassion can sort of come up, So you realize, ooh, shit, I'm like some of those people too. I've done shitty things too. I have some greed issues too. I have a fucked up relationship with money too. Whatever it is. And then, you have to show some compassion to yourself to be able to deal with these things, and even, acknowledge that they're there. And then that makes you able to show compassion elsewhere. And then that brings reconciliation. Matoaka's Truth is, boy, you know what I don't like about that card? It's very Disney Pocahontas-y. The Indian princess with the raccoon. Yeah, not really digging that, but that's okay. That's okay, So we have reconciliation. To come towards reconciliation, we've got to heal ourselves. We've got to work with what we have inside that's still fucked up. Then we have to stand together, support each other. We are unstoppable as a group. And boy, I can't wait to see what's going to happen when Pluto hits Aquarius. I really can't. So yes, we're on the track to reconciliation, and let's take one more here. Anastasia, self-discovery. So when we are dealing with big critical stuff, you find out a lot about yourself when you have to handle a crisis, particularly something that's unfamiliar or something that you thought you could never handle. And then you handle it and you discover an awful lot about yourself. So moving through our times here, if we do the introspection and we stand up for our beliefs and move towards reconciliation within ourselves and without, that's a path of self-discovery. You're going to learn a hell of a lot about yourself along the way, and hopefully learn that you are much stronger than you ever thought you were. Roman, okay. Rosalind is Roman. Okay, Celtic Roman. Ganymede. Okay, Ganymede and Rosalind. All right. I will check that out, Tavia. All right. Thank you, dear. Thank you. Okay. Now, back to our last one, and I see that we're just over an hour here, and that's good because I'm fading. Oh no, wait, we have 3 to go. We have 3 and 6 to go. Wow. Okay. Very confused I am. So, 3 or 6. 2, 5, 4. Throwing it farther and farther each time. 3 or 6, come on. 4, 5, 6. All right. So liminal spirits come, or did I do we did liminal spirits. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about, you guys. I'm losing the thread. Hold on. I'm also losing the cards. I just dropped that deck all over the floor. So yes, we can tell Luna is beginning to lose her shit. Whew. You guys go back there. So we do have one left. And it's the Scapini. Yeah? We did that one, we did that one, we did that one, we did that one, we did that one. Okay. It's going faster than I thought it would. All right, Medieval Scapini. Now I am really looking forward to good old U.S. games. Yes, ma'am. So much better. Okay. I have never read or seen As You Like It. I have not. Although I do have my Riverside Shakespeare, you know, the book that's got everything in it. It's like that thick. So, not to open this discussion here, but is it Edward? Is it Edward de Vere? He's my vote. He has my vote for who the real Shakespeare was. So, all right, I'm done having my fun shuffling now. What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Oh, there's one. What do we need to know right now? What do we need to know right now? Okay. That's enough. So one, that was the first one that came out. Ooh, are we all upside down? I'm going to turn them. Queen of Swords. Okay, we got three. Oh, and we okay. So I'm going to turn these around again because, and then that one was upside down. Let's just read them as they land here. So King of Wands, Queen of Swords, King of Wands, and Six of Wands. So Queen of Swords is that really unemotional intellect, the ability to detach, to see things very clearly, incisively. However, the Queen of Swords has always looked to me as the wounded woman, the woman with armor, and that the armor is there for a damn good reason. You know, it wasn't just a fashion statement. It was put on for a reason. But now that you can get intellectual insight into things, which kind of gives you a handle on the emotional side of stuff. And then, you know, you have to acknowledge that when you have that armor on, it can protect you from insults from the outside, but it also protects you from interacting and receiving the joy and really truly energetically connecting with what's out there. That's why, you know, we put the energy egg around us. We don't put like a real plexiglass one, you know, because we need to be able to connect, but we also need to be able to filter. So this talks to me about taking the armor off, about really being able to see things clearly without getting lost in and wallowing in the emotion. The King of Wands is just fire on fire. He is creative, professional. That's the creative going out. Okay. So this is the incoming, the receptive, and it's reversed. What's reversed is that shield. So I'm thinking that what I'm getting from there is we can be clear mentally and also be connected to the emotion of a thing. It's not an either or deal. We can be dealing with the emotions and still be able to see clearly. In fact, the more we deal with the emotions, the more clearly we'll be able to think. So there's the receiving, and this is the outgo, really being ready to put a creative vision out into the world, to express yourself. Six of Wands is victory. So this is talking to me really about leadership. Leadership into victory. Then we got the Nine of Swords. Ooh, great googly moogly. And the Ten of Coins. And what's this? Eight of Wands. Slow down. All right. Give me a second here. Well, it really is validation that there is plenty of processing to do. Plenty of painful processing. We were talking about that discomfort, processing the discomfort and letting go of the old things that are weighing us down, like this armor. But to be free, we have to pay a price. Who would cross, what is it? The bridge of doom must answer me these questions three. Ere the other side he see. What is your name? What is your quest? What is the SP velocity of Oh my God, I hope you all know what I'm talking about. I haven't just gone around the twist, you guys. I really haven't, or have I? So anyway, there's a lot to process. And then we've got, you know, this is warrior energy as well, the creative and the warrior energy. So as the points are showing themselves and we process, we're also reclaiming our energy so that we can create and move towards victory here. Ten of Coins is saying we've got all of the physical resources that when we deal with the stuff that is pointy, we uncover physical resources. Remember how much energy it takes to hold back emotional energy. It takes a lot. Okay, and I had another. Does anybody know what this comes from? Oh, pointy birds, oh, pointy, pointy, anoint my head, anointy, nointy. See if any of you know what that's from. Oh my God. Okay. Difference between putting up shields and building walls. Absolutely. See around a shield, can't really see through a wall. See through a ball? Don't buy into other people's dramas. You're right. Exactly. True warriors are not destroyers. Absolutely. True warriors are those who see perceived obstacles and instead realize they're just stepping stones. Ah, yes. And, you know, warriors are the ones who can set their own ego needs aside for the greater good in the moment, in extremity. You know, warriors are the ones that do whatever it takes, whatever is required. They talk about the samurai in Japan and why they were so deadly is they had this deathly resolve. And First Nations too. You know, hokahe, it's a good day to die. When you leave the fear of death, just leave it be. Then, you know, or you take on the resolve that I'm here to die. This is it. This is my last hurrah. Then you have absolutely nothing holding you back. Now, we're not talking about literally risking your life here. We're talking about risking your ego. Because when the ego gets hit, it's pointy and it hurts, but it doesn't harm us. It doesn't harm us. The only harm comes to this perceived identity that we have that really isn't solid and really isn't us. So, when we deal with those, when we do not have our own lumps sticking out that other people's drama can really, you know, poke, we also recover physical resources that can really help us move forward. But Eight of Wands here says slow down. Slow down. This is not the time to go rushing forward. And right underneath the King of Wands there, it's saying that planning is necessary. So here's something else I want to say. We've seen through another winter in the Northern Hemisphere that things are not the way they used to be. Things are still in great flux. You look at the deluges in California and, the earthquakes. And just there's lots and lots going on in our wonderful Chinese balloon. But we have to think about the things that we don't like to think about, the things that scare us. Like, what if my electricity was gone for an extended period of time? What would I do? So, once again, I used to talk about this a couple of years back when we got into the pandemic, but let's talk about it now. Just to have a plan. What do I do if the power goes out? How would I cook if I didn't have electricity? Do I have a plan with my family if something, because we've also got crazy people in this country that are trying to take out power grids, right? So, do I have an agreement, a plan with my family that maybe don't live all in the same place of if something happens, here's where we go? If we don't have cell, here's where we meet. That kind of plan. So getting you thinking about the really, really, really foundational important things, of which the ego is not one of those really foundational important things. Okay, let's see here. Monty Python, absolutely, that was the bridge. Yes, but which one? Hi, Val. Which one? Nope, it was not Life of Brian. And the Poe poem, are you talking about the pointy birds? No, it was not a Poe poem. Steve Martin, yes, Tavia, ding, 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 you win. My husband and I just watched The Man with Two Brains for the first time. And I had seen parts of it, but never really seen it all the way through. And I thought it was very, very funny. The Monty Python, yes, it is Monty Python. What is your name? Yes, that's from Holy Grail. That's the, was it the Bridge of Doom that they have to cross, whatever. But yes, all right. Okay, you guys. Well, and like I said, the Eight of Wands at the bottom there talks about slowing down. What does that mean? Not slowing ourselves down, but slowing down to be at the same pace as the energy that we are currently moving through. The energy is heavy, and if we try to fight it and try to be not heavy, it's going to tax us even more. So that Eight of Wands reversed really does say, slow the hell down, plan. Spend this time planning. The moving forward into victory is coming down the way, but it's not going to come in a rush. All right? It's going to come with planning, with really practical planning, with acknowledging the parts that are pointy and pokey and ouchy and scary. Feeling the feelings that go with that. So yeah, and Uranus in Gemini here, both of those signs are, Gemini is a mutable sign. Uranus's energy is sudden, unexpected, unpredictable, disruptive, earthquakey, lightningy, that kind of stuff. And in the mutable sign of Gemini, it scatters. Gemini? It just scatters, and it's constantly changing. So we've got a lot of chaos and shifting things to deal with right now. And as Pluto gets to the last degree of Capricorn, it's going to get heavier. So that's one of the big heavies we're dealing with, is this last critical degree of Capricorn. Pluto is just grinding its way through there. It's going to hit Aquarius, and then it's going to come back in pretty quickly. I think it's in June. It retrogrades back out, so only for a couple of months. And then, we do the back and forth 3 times before it goes in for real. And by the way, the last time, remember, I think I've talked here about it's when Pluto or the heavy planets get to 2 degrees of a sign. But particularly in Pluto's case, when it gets to 2 degrees of the sign, it means it will no longer retrograde back out, so things really take hold. And that's when big important things have happened. And you know what happened the last time Pluto changed signs? It was in 2008. Anybody remember what was going on in 2008? Something big and important that happened in 2008? Let me help you. The United States put its first black president in office. So Obama was elected in 2008, and that's the last time Pluto changed signs. So here we go, rock and roll, and get to work on the stuff close to home. get to work on thinking about what this new future can look like and moving forward with that, with the thoughts, moving forward with that plan when we can't quite move physically forward yet. That's the Eight of Wands. We can't physically really move forward yet, but we can as far as our plan goes and the ideas that we're generating. All right, practical planning is not your strength. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure there are videos on YouTube that can help you to structure things. I would say, take it in very small bites then. Very small bites. Solve this one little problem. Okay, there's that. Now I'm going to solve this little problem. There's that. And, is it because you don't really grasp the size of a plan? If you think of a plan, you're thinking about this big thing when you can just plan for more, littler things. I don't know if that would help. Lost your house in 2009. Yikes. Okay, show not so much slowing down as a lightening up. Show it go techno grip. Well, slowing down, yes, lightening up, but slowing down because that's the way the energy is. So slow down. The thing is not trying to rush through, not trying to run through knee-deep mud. When you find yourself in knee-deep mud, if you try to run, you're going down. So carefully, moving slowly and carefully forward with a plan. Here's another quote. I'm moving my left foot. I'm moving my right foot. I'm moving my left foot. Anybody know? That was from Water Brain. Yep. See, Virgo brain for me, so I'm good with plans. But that was from the Beatles' Help. So anyway, it's been an hour and a half, and I have had a good time. And now I want to go and get in a nice hot tub with some nice Epsom salts with arnica, and they smell so good. And I'm going to have a little bit of brandy. And I hope you guys can relax for the rest of the evening and take care of yourselves and, have a little something maybe. So thanks for hanging out. If anybody hasn't hit the like button, please do for me. It's very interesting how when I am not able to upload content for a period of time, my subscriberships go way faster. It's very strange. Oh, yep. I hope everyone has a lovely evening too. Take care, you guys. It is my intention and my plan to be here every Wednesday for a live stream, but you just have to know that it's, it's not a solid thing until I get there and see what's going on. So, love, guys. Love you all. Thank you for being here. All right, you guys, take care. Let me give you a big face before I say goodbye. All right, my very tired eyes. All right. Again, so good to see you here. So good to be kind of back in the saddle at a walk, not a trot, just a walk. There's will be a new video coming on Friday and on Monday, and I hope to see you again next Wednesday. So until then, blessed be you guys. I love you.